If I could go back to 1998, 1999, around that time, and walk into the KB Toy Store in the Florence Mall near my house, I could look up in the top shelf, actually kind of above all the shelves, and just see these 10-inch Marvel figures just lining it. I mean, they were just lined 3-4 deep all over. Toy Biz made a lot of these. They obviously made a lot of toys. I open a lot of them on this channel because there's just a lot, and you get them for pretty darn cheap. Like I got this for $5. So this is a Ninja Rogue. I don't really know a whole lot about Ninja Rogue. I know about Rogue. I've never really seen her in her ninja format. This is probably what you think of when you think of Rogue, minus the big, crazy missile launcher. And of course, we often think of Rogue going hand in hand with Gambit, as they are here in this Age of Apocalypse 2-pack. Fun fact, that's a White Queen mold from the Generation X toy line. But this here is Ninja Rogue for some reason. So I think Toy Biz, Marvel, kind of the same thing at this point. We're just kind of taking a mold, like you just saw the White Queen mold that was turned into a Rogue, and just recoloring them, put accessories or whatever. So Rogue, as you know, is a member of the X-Men. Her powers is she can actually absorb other creatures' powers, other people's powers, I guess you would say. So that can be very effective against bad guys, but then when she's in love with Gambit or Wolverine or whomever, then it's not a good thing because she could very much hurt them. So, you see me open the 10-inch Hobgoblin. Did I open a 10-inch Daredevil? I don't know. I have a 10-inch yellow and red Daredevil. That's one that I always wanted. I did back in the day at KB Toy Store in the Florence Mall buy a 10-inch, the regular red Daredevil, because Daredevil is my favorite comic book character. I've since lost him, which I don't know how you lose a very large action figure. But interestingly, I still have his staff. And I mentioned his staff because that is the same staff that came with Daredevil, only his was red. So again, Toy Biz reusing the molds, including the molds for the accessories, which makes sense from a cost-saving measure. So I don't know if they were just like printing money at this point and just said, hey, let's make whatever characters we can, because they made a lot of really weird. So you see, this is like the branded under Marvel Universe. And so obviously you can see some of the classic characters like Spider-Man, Wolverine, Human Torch, Iron Man, Venom. Those obviously kind of make sense. But there was a few deep cuts. They made some that were metallic. There were some repaints, and some that you might be surprised that exist. If you go on FigureRealm.com and click on M and then Marvel, and I would think it might be under the Marvel Universe link, and look at the 10-inch ones, there's a lot. You'd be very, very surprised. So, oh, you've obviously seen me open some of the Ghost Rider ones, of course. I have all three of the Ghost Rider ones that glow in the dark, and those are very cool. So, I'm not a collector of the 10-inch. I don't collect 10-inch things. I usually, G.I. Joes are obviously 3 3/4 inch. All the Marvel stuff is 5 or 6 inch. He-Man's around that scale. A lot of the Transformers around that scale. So I don't really get into the big ones because they're kind of weird. It's kind of I don't know. Even as a kid, it's just like, why would you want a really big figure like this? I don't get it. To me, figures should be a little bit more kind of handheld, I guess, size. But so there's Rogue. She's looking really fierce. She's got some really nice wings going on there with her makeup. She's wearing this. She's got some soft goods. I don't know. I guess that's supposed to be for X-Men, I guess. And yeah, she's got a Velcro belt. So under here, she's just wearing all black. Some armbands. Let's see if we can get some plastic crack noise. Okay, her head doesn't really move. It sounds like it's going to break. Interesting, her right arm, right elbow is articulated, left elbow not articulated. All right, so we didn't really get any crack there. Let me fix her shirt, reattach her belt. So I guess in this instance, she's a ninja, which is not something I'm familiar with the comics. I don't know if they just did that. Obviously, you see me open the, was it a Ninja Wolverine? I know there was like a missile flying Wolverine, and I mean, they just did all kinds of weird sublines for the Toy Biz Marvel figures. I mean, they were just trying to sell as many toys as they can and just sell us Spider-Man and Wolverine and Iron Man figures over and over and over and over again. And in this case, Rogue, which, again, I didn't know this existed until I saw it at a flea market a few weeks ago, and I decided to purchase it for $5 because it's, you know, different and cool, and I like to discover new things and show you new things. And a 10-inch Marvel Universe Rogue, Ninja Rogue, from 1997 is certainly something that's unique. So she's got her baton there, her bow staff, whatever you want to call it, so she can knock some bad guys down, like we got Thanos. So obviously Thanos not to scale, but I guess if you did that, no, wait, I'm doing that wrong. So if she's back there, there we go. Little, if we can get him to stand. You know, one of my biggest pet peeves is figures I can't stand on their own. So there we go, little camera magic. So we got Thanos here, we got Rogue there. So now they're kind of in scale, but she would obviously get her butt kicked by Thanos. I guess if she touched him though, maybe she would absorb his power. I don't know, but if she could get that close, that would certainly be the trick. I'm sure Wolverine and Cyclops and some of the other ones can kind of help her out. So, so there's Rogue, 10-inch Ninja Rogue, member of the X-Men. It says here that they're captured by Silver Star. Wolverine and Rogue use their ninja training to break them free. They free Iceman. He freezes the ground. Rogue flies in, takes down the others. Wolverine's fights Silver Samurai. So there's a little story in the back here that's kind of weird. I don't know if that's actually from the comic or they literally just wrote some copy here on the back. But thanks for watching. Open your toys. Play with them. Have fun.